this is an interesting safety moment because it actually is the opposite of safety, but in kind of an interesting way.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Pre-Accident Investigation Safety Guest Moment. Will you please welcome to the stage young Shane Bush.
I can't name the company or the place we did this at, obviously, but we had a company that called us to look into a procurement issue where they had somehow allowed a job to be sent out for a proposal, was accepted by a contractor, came in, did the work, and actually was paid for the work. And by the way, this was at a DOE facility, but without any approval from DOE. And it was a significant amount of money. And so it was a huge issue on how in the world did we get a job that was put out for proposal, that was awarded and paid, and not any official approvals by the customer, in this case, DOE. And by the way, and the other reason I can't mention it is because of the lawsuits that are going on. So they invited us in to look at this. And the first thing that was so interesting is this was one of the first really big incidents that was non-traditional, non-operational, non-out in the field type of event. It was all about procurement and how many handoffs there were. So as we're interviewing the people, the first thing that they asked us is, why is human performance involved? This has got nothing to do with safety. And I thought, wow, we have not educated people well enough, or they have not been educated to understand that all of us have been preaching for years and years that human performance is much more than just the physical plant worker out there turning the wrong valve, but that still exists. There's still people out there thinking that, I'm in the office, it's got nothing to do with me, it's all those people out there. But it was really great to go in that. And when we did the closeout with the management, which we always do with DOE in attendance, this particular facility says, man, we've got to do this with all of our processes because we had some significant gaps between work as imagined and work as realized, as we talk about. And honestly, the left hand didn't know what the right hand was doing. They were approving stuff that they didn't even know that they were approving based on someone else's saying, yeah, it's good to go, when it really wasn't good to go. It was really cool to do a real big official human performance assessment on a process, or in this case, an investigation, and to show that this works just as well with procurement as anything else.
You teaching any classes? You do anything good?
And I wanted to mention this PPSA thing, if that's all right.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, this is really kind of cool. I've worked with a number of paper companies, and I know you have too, but for those of you that are not familiar with the PPSA, paper, pulp, what's the SA, Todd? I got it pulled up here.
I don't know. I honestly don't know, Shane.
I always get so
the A is association.
There you go. But they have their annual conference down in San Antonio in June, and it's basically following the conference, the regular conference, which ends on Wednesday, June 26th. That's the last day of the conference. They're actually going to do a day and a half on human performance or human and organizational performance. And they've asked me to be involved in that. And it's really cool because it's not going to be your traditional go in there and do the overview and what is HPI about. It's basically just talking about what works and what doesn't work. In other words, historically, what have we found with companies that have gone down this path? So it's going to be a day and a half, and I believe if you go to PPSA.org, it's got it right there, and you can click on it and sign up for it. They're encouraging people to consider it. But we will talk about people that are entering it and what it's about, but we're going to spend most of the time on the hurdles. What hasn't worked, what has worked, and kind of taking your book and using it as a template on what we talk about and what are the basic principles, including the 5 that you mentioned. And as usual, it always comes back to the basics. Are you getting the training appropriately, the tool for the right job? But it all comes back around to the philosophy. Have you adopted the philosophy? So it's going to be a great day and a half. Anybody that wants to join it in on the day and a half conference on this, they're welcome to do it. They can go to ppsa.org.
That's the safety moment for today. Holy crap, that's like a double. We got a safety moment and a commercial. He snuck in a promo. I wasn't looking. I got to keep my eyes peeled. Until then, learn something new every single day. Have as much fun as you possibly can. And for goodness sakes, be safe.